little kitty cat. Meow.
Yeah, and of course, as soon as we start, the dogs start going off. Right?
Yeah, but the dogs are just dogs, so.
Session 18.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Hi,
welcome back.
everybody.
I have last written down that people were shopping.
I finished my shopping.
I believe I did as well.
Yeah, I had grabbed
Drew,
supplies for the town.
you were looking for seeds and whatnot.
Yep. Seeds and livestock, and then
write down the results of 3%, 20 percentiles.
20 percentiles.
One.
Yes.
20.
Alright, it's gonna take me a little bit. While I'm doing this, I guess you guys can do stuff.
I laughed
That's right.
at Drew.
Yeah.
Well, this is how I'm gonna give him his seeds and stuff.
Yeah. 69.
69.
Heyo.
Nice.
That's a number.
Yes,
It is a number. Let's speed this along a little bit.
We both have the same reactions, but yeah. That is a number, right?
57, 13, and 23. Two.
Anybody else doing anything while he's rolling?
It's going to take him a while to roll all those, so can I try and get more scrap vehicles to fill my fleet of vehicles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you want me to roll or pay for.
Like I said, you found a dealership of some kind last time. We just had to go through the list. You got the catalog.
Yeah,
So-
and I got the blueprints for the other
Yeah,
machine that I
what you
wanted.
wanted to build. Now you have
Yeah.
to get the parts.
Yeah, I'm just trying to buy up every scrap, like surplus
So
scrap
he'll
vehicle.
point you to a scrapper goblin down the cogs who has full cars and lots of scrap that you can buy up.
Yeah. Give me a number on gold to redact because I'm buying a lot.
Well, I've rolled 2 2s.
I specifically have
Let me get my die out.
money somewhere.
Is it on the side of your first page?
Yeah, but the problem therein lies that
If you were to try and buy out the entire scrapyard, it would be 66 platinum.
oh, I have way more than that. I know that for a fact. I have over 100 platinum, so I can do that. And I'm gonna bring that all, have that all delivered to the ship, to my personal hangar.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I realized the other day Hasifa has wall of stone and stone shape
And so you can essentially just go around casting spells to do stuff.
to build the foundations at least. Interior still need wood, I'm assuming. And again,
Last session. Solve that. Junk. Dead. Dead.
It's actually the one.
Old.
I don't know what the fuck it was there. Let's see. Then.
My sheet is missing.
Good one.
But you can't do this.
My sheet is missing.
That's another good one.
My character sheet is missing.
Well, that's probably best.
no.
Yeah, garlic has seeds.
We're good.
You found it? Kind of hard to play without a character. Right, Gandalf? Tabaxman?
No, he's Bloodcat now.
Oh yeah, Bloodcat. That's right, he changed his name.
And his entire fighting styles.
Yeah, I got 200 platinum, so 66 platinum, you said?
Yep. To buy him out. To make him one very happy goblin.
I'm gonna slip him 65 instead of 66. Does he notice? Sleight of hand, you want me to roll?
Yep. And he will try to perceive it.
18 total.
19 total. He's gonna use his other hand to slap your other hand, and quickly he's gonna charge you one more platinum for shenanigans.
Damn. Shit. I'll concede in that skill check because. Fuck.
That's
That's
once.
why. Oh! No. It's too early for that.
It's too early. Let's see. I don't even know what that one is.
The rest of the time, I'll be guiding all that stuff into my bay at the ship, and I will also be getting ready and doing all the stuff I need for that to happen.
Yep. What will you be doing, Slate Stone?
I've gone back to the ship to start production of all of my grenades.
Okay.
Those illithid, robot illithid type neutralizing grenades.
Yes. They're very bad for constructs. And worse
So you've
for
done the-
illithid constructs.
You've done the tests on yourself?
No, on
Yes.
that little guy I had.
Yeah.
6 on here.
Is that still on your belt, or
No, we got rid of it.
you did get rid of it? I remember you were shaking it.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that gator wouldn't leave us the fuck alone. He tried to steal it.
Last we saw him, he was blasting
Yeah.
off again.
Yeah, he left
Yeah.
when we stopped at the illithid town.
Yeah, I don't know much about it other than that. All I know is about these mechanics.
I should have killed him.
Wrenching on shit. Taking stuff apart. Did I show you the vehicle of which... I know I showed you the stats of the vehicle of which I want to design, but the design of which I drew. Stack of paper, stack of notes, stack of everything in it.
I think you're gonna be happy you got an 89 on one of them.
We'll have that out.
Really?
I am really gonna enjoy this.
You'll see when you get the entire thing back, if you can read my chicken scrap.
I probably can.
94? What's 94?
Almost kind of like a fire truck.
Guns and shit.
Yeah, well, that's guns and shit that can be mountable from the side.
This is not the troop transport.
Yeah, land-based troop
It is?
transport.
Okay.
And you
should
can go
have,
on
like, a
there.
Scale, like height.
I got you. I
6 foot,
understand.
Or 6 foot. Or 6 foot.
It's
or-
probably about 12 foot tall until that arm comes off of it.
Okay.
Think of it kind of like a fire truck. but with tank treads and armor plating and guns. And the ladder is an enclosed turret,
I don't know what that is.
right?
I like it.
Yeah.
What's it gonna shoot?
Mm,
Water.
if there's a supply, yeah, there'd probably be water out of it, but for the most part, it's probably going to be the firearms of what you have on you.
Okay.
I have skill in mechanics, not
ballistics.
gunsmithing. Yes. In fact, I have proficiency in ground-based vehicles. And I also worked my way to proficiency in the mechanics skill that we got from this session, having the xenobiology, mechanics, astrophysics, and computers. That's the last one. I never wrote down that one on this character sheet. And they're all based on intelligence, right?
I think one of them is not based on intelligence.
Int. I think they were all, yeah, mechanics is wisdom.
Yeah,
Right, yep.
that's the only wisdom-based one. The
Yep.
rest are intelligence. 48, where's that? Oh. Can't I have something normal? Something that doesn't sound like it's gonna kill you?
No.
Nope.
No, that's always fun.
Corn.
Corn?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like it's gonna kill anybody.
You ever heard of,
No, I don't think I have. Because I'm pretty sure you're making it up right now.
well, somebody else made it up, but I'm not sure if I can say that.
Oh, okay. Probably
Let's
not.
see. What are cowpeas? That sounds like huge.
Are you sure it's not a
peas.
cow pie?
No, it says cowpeas.
Mm.
I'm on seeds and nuts.
Oh, it's like a hot dog tree. Cows grow from the ground, don't you know that?
What's the difference between a 5 Oh, I can't say this joke.
Oh, can't go there.
Yeah, no, it'll probably be very bad.
You designing a city?
Our town, yeah.
Oh, looks like Varric. Really looks like Varric.
I'm probably gonna start rewatching The Walking Dead. I guess it's its last season coming up.
Good.
So, and it's only been like 2 seasons since Rick left.
And it's only been like the entire show
4,
since it
5,
strayed from the
6
comic books.
years. Yeah.
I'm almost there.
I honestly stopped that show like 4 years ago.
I never watched any of the offshoots. But I wouldn't mind coming back to see Rick again. Coral.
Curl.
Carl.
Yeah. First couple of seasons.
Yeah. A lot of it. Very dumb. But not all of it.
You know what I didn't see in my stack of papers?
What?
Oh, hell, right.
Did you really get that? Oh, wow, you did get that twice. Oh my god.
There it is. Yeah. You're still gathering all the...
I'm on 3. I got 3 more to go. That's it.
all the seeds and whatnot that Hasifa's gathering for the town that she's planning
She's
on
paid
building?
for.
Well, we already have part of the town built. I just don't know what it looks like, so I'm making it up.
That works.
And then I'm planning on expanding it. Yeah. More shops on this side, I think.
And this is where Fuckarow Lane and Fi Out is.
Find out. Is it gonna be?
Because I already claimed the space on Fuckarow Lane.
Yeah. And Marky's on Find Out. The castle's being built on the corner of Find Out. Fuck around and find out.
Fuckarow.
Fuck around. Find out.
Okay. That's how you spell that. And do that. Last one, let's see. What was the last one? A 92. What's a 92? Okay. Never heard of it.
What's it called?
It's a vegetable called jicama.
Hmm.
Jicama.
Are these like all real things or D&D based stuff?
Sounds South American.
So, I think it's a good half and half. Because there's ironwood. So, let's see. Okay. And then, ooh. Last one. No. There you go. Thank you. Whew. I think my leg done fell asleep.
Ironwood, garlic, grape, corn, cucumber,
I probably have tons of scrap metal if you need it.
butternut, rhubarb, broccoli.
I will say all of your scrapping has netted you.
Poppy seeds!
The poppy is also a flower.
I said you would like that one.
Yeah. Looks like I'm growing opium now.
You
The
have
poppy is
netted
also
13
flower.
tons.
Yeah.
13 tons of scrap.
Yep.
Well, that's where you get it from the seed pods.
Poppy's also a flower. But I have 13 tons of scrap steel if you need any steel for your project. You can let me know.
Alright, if you can make me some barbed wire. Yeah, no. I still need the plan where farm is going. I think farm is going up here somewhere. This is gonna be Fuckarow. Fuckarow.
So as everybody is
Fuckarow.
done
Stephen
shopping,
King reference.
Sharn is invaded by these guys.
What in the hell is that kind of thing?
It is an Orgolian soldier.
Does it have a gun?
Yes, and it can bifurcate their arms.
Oh.
Bifurcate.
You
Split
separate
it
into
in
two
two with
pieces.
Grievous. So, and it has a secondary gun. They're slug throwers. They are created by the Mind Flayers on Eberron to help take over. They start launching from higher up airships onto the lower platforms.
ODST style.
Yep.
So they're coming down in pods or they're coming down as is?
They're coming down as is.
My machine is not ready yet.
I'm gonna stuff all my seeds into my necklace, my genie necklace, so they're safe. I don't have to carry them around. And then,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry,
What
but
are you looking for?
I'm just gonna prepare my magical powers.
Arcana.
I was gonna jump on my hell ride. Yeah, I'm jumping on my hell ride.
Dogs, please. For once.
This invasion's got the dogs riled up.
Yep. Okay.
We're right by the shops, and the castle's kind of cut off. I think I'm gonna need more paper, but
There's a castle up. Oh no, the castle's right there. Okay.
yeah, look around and find out.
So, Sharn is being invaded by those things.
I jump on my hell ride.
Okay. Who's doing what?
Where are we? Are we all on the ship? Are we all where we were? Are we all separated?
You guys, last I knew, you guys went back to the ship
Okay.
and I had to figure stuff out.
Okay.
And then I figured stuff out for you guys off camera until Drew did
Yeah.
that, and now this is happening.
Okay. So we're all
technically,
together.
you guys were on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do it on the hell ride.
Oh my. So,
Should we do something? Should we do something?
Yes,
What?
we should
We should leave.
do a thing. That may be beneficial.
I think we should leave.
I do not have an alteration.
I feel like you're mocking him.
Yes,
Parker Peters.
you're right.
he
Man,
he starts
I know.
talking to you over your crystal clamshell. He's like, yeah.
Get
what
us
do you
out
want?
of here.
Are you sure about that?
Let me check. Leave.
Well, I mean, I'm.
Leave.
Wait, how many of these things are there? Hundreds? Thousands?
Yeah, they're like raining from the sky.
Yeah,
Yeah, if it's that many, if it's more than I dare to count,
What
Wait.
gives you pause, Parker?
I was just making sure, that's all.
We're sure.
Okay.
let's glass them.
Do we have that ability? I don't think we have the ability to
You could
glass
probably form all of your bees on the outside as an offense weapon, but, you know,
planets.
I don't think it would be up to glassing.
Well, can we see a point where they're coming from in the sky, or are they just
They're
through the
essentially
clouds?
just raining down from different Nautiloid ships.
Jesus Christ! All right.
Full blown invasion.
Well, let's. I'm just gonna see if there's anybody who's trying to come with us.
Oh, you're gonna see if anybody's sneaking on.
Refugees welcome.
Refugees welcome. No, I'm expanding the town. It looks like there's a bunch of displaced people now. I can help a few of them out.
Okay.
Everyone gets to the ship.
I'm not going out of my way, just... What?
Persuade to see if they'll get on with you instead of being there.
Do you want to stay here and die? Or do you want to come with me and live? Oh, shit.
Roll a 4.
5.
Do you want to stay here and live or come
Hold
with
on.
me and die?
You want to stay here and live or come with me and die? With my
Can I help?
persuasion.
Can I help with my persuasion?
I got a 10
That's
total.
not real.
You can help with
wait.
the pass.
I was just about to say I'll help with my mask. I'll use 4 of my mask points.
Oh. Reroll. That's even worse.
Let's do another. Yeah, that's all you're getting out of me.
20. Dirty 20.
Yeah. So you get a sudden influx.
Wait a minute.
Of another 90 people running from.
So I got like 70 people last week. Now fucking 90 more.
You got 70 people last time.
Oh, it was 70. So that leaves me with 160 now. 160 civilians.
Extra civilians.
Plus 160 new civvies.
Did you say cannon fodder?
No, run in front of us! Nah.
And is everybody up just to leave?
If there's that many coming down and invading, I don't think that anything I can do.
Yeah, I don't have like citywide spanning magic. Like I could take out a few at a time, but it would take me forever to clear the city.
I could do it straight away at a time and probably run over 3 or 4, but like 3 or 4 every 2 minutes is nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we can take some pot shots at the Nautilate ships on our way out.
Yeah, I'll man a gun to try and do that.
Okay, as you are retreating, you can man a helmet to get a small squadron of bees on your command and try to take pot shots with the squadron of bees.
It's horrible. Okay. $25 total.
I would have said mechanics for that.
Oh, mechanics? It's gonna be more. Actually,
Yeah,
it might be
figure.
the same. 2, 3, 4.
Thank you, Sean.
26.
So it's one more. Yeah, so you managed to crew a group of 100 bees.
Killer bee sold 50 gold, 60 platinum.
And you manage to fortify them and shape them all into essentially a mace and just have them go right through one of the Nautiloid ships, destroying it.
Nice.
Dang!
Whoop whoop.
You see all of the Orgulian soldiers pop out.
Orgulian. It's like chicken bouillon.
Yeah, but Orgulian.
Orgolian. Orgulian.
Orgulian.
You see a bunch of them fly out, and as they fly out and they're on fire, they then explode.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Damn, that got bad fast.
Oh, that's fucking terrifying.
Your here. Oh no, I got it torn out, actually.
No.
You're occulted.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Yep, main ship NPCs. Occulted. Carmen Miranda, that is who it is. She phones everybody over your crystal phones, and she says that their deaths were caused by themselves. It seems that they are built in with a default death device.
So they're walking bombs?
If they get to the point of death, yes.
That's terrifying. Glad we're not fighting them.
That would have caused some complications. I must return to my studies. Try to design better. Good idea.
And as you guys are heading
Good
out,
idea.
everybody roll a perception check.
Hopefully I roll a 1.
Weird as one.
It's close to a 1.
Cheers, big ears.
17.
Oh, yes. Fucking wonderful. I got the 12.
I got a 21.
Yeah, I rolled a 17.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled 8.
Who rolled highest?
21? I don't know what they got.
You got a 21.
As you are going through the explosion that Lowbrow Fahrenheit caused, you see that one of the Orgolian slug throwers has rolled onto the ship.
Oh, no.
One of the
That
slug
is a
throw-
weapon, or that is an
It
infantry?
is a gun-like weapon if you wish to read it right there.
Neat.
Ooh, we've encountered these before. We fought these things before.
No.
No? A slug shooter? We've had stuff shooting slugs at us before.
Yes, but this is slug as a shotgun slug.
Oh.
It's a solid piece of metal.
Yes.
Alright. This area will be where...
It's the proper meaning of slug, not...
I understand.
I don't. Because I've they were actually
So
more
we
like
were
leeches.
skilled craftsmen, right?
Asifa.
Oh, thank you.
Neat.
Can't hit the mic like that, even when we get that close.
They're little self-replicating
Really?
railguns.
It'll spike real loud.
Oh, no.
You
I
rolled
did
the
not mean to do
perception
that.
check.
So I go retrieve it.
Okay.
Skilled
It,
labor.
I thought it was a sentient being that was
It's
like...
the weapon. There's
It's just a weapon?
Fell onto the ship.
Look at this weapon I found as
Yeah.
it starts to shoot everybody you show it to.
I bring it down into the hold to have our crew of, what are they called?
Artificers.
Thank you.
Oh, the
Artificer.
Aragon? The
Yes.
rabbits?
To start to reverse engineer it and make us bigger ones for our ships and Michael's ground vehicles.
Wow. It's awful generous of you. I still don't trust the damn thing.
It regenerates its ammo.
Mm-hmm.
And if you roll a 1 on a D100, that's when it depletes fully. Not fully, but by 1.
As long as everybody else is aware of this.
He's the one that analyzed it. He
Okay.
picked it up, and he's taking it down to the Harangon artificers and engineers that they can reverse engineer it and make more of them.
We'll need these in various sizes to be attached to vehicles and ships.
And perhaps your hips?
Perhaps someone's
Your
hips.
wild childbirthing.
Not mine.
Your childbirthing hips.
The widest hips of any
Warforged.
Warforged.
Got an absolute dump truck. That's why you're so able to sneak so much. Because you have a lower center of
They
gravity
take the slug
from having such a fat ass.
from you for now, and then out
It's like, I'm wearing
past
nothing at all.
the 13th
Nothing at all.
moon of Eberron, you meet up with the Project Mobile Sphere and are able to go back to Grayville.
Grayville is this town that the Sifa is working on.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I do not know.
So was this plan that you have here already built into the town? Is that up to the DM or is that like...
We didn't really have a map for the town.
I had a map for
The greater
Yes.
area.
the greater area that got lifted up
Have
essentially,
you
but that was
shown
it.
that?
Yeah, you've seen me draw it. I'm almost done, but
I might have it somewhere loose around.
I mean, I saw the map of the sphere and the actual land, but there was like not much for like a town layout.
Well, I mean, I drew the polygons and everything.
Sean?
Oh,
Marijuana.
here's my papers.
I just got one that I'll add this on.
That's the new ones.
Either way.
What is that there? That's,
As soon as we are there, though, most of my time will be spent on fuck around waiting until you guys
it's the
need
biggest
me.
one. It's the main.
Yeah. I've been drawing the actual town of Grayville.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a plan. I still got to work on it a lot more.
But you also have the dogs. But when everybody gets down to Grayville, you notice that somebody has claimed themselves as mayor.
What you look like? What do they look like?
That's the one thing I never wrote down that race. It is a male drow.
Who the hell are you?
It's an illithid. Oh my god.
Here we go into Fallout.
I have managed to reverse engineer this bee thing of yours and make my own parasitic wasps and steal your psychic energy to fuel my non-magics. That's who I am.
Well, I can tell you right now, you can get the fuck off this ship.
Thieves can't?
Yeah, sure.
Side conversation of thieves can't. 1, 2, shoot. Him.
I don't like you. What's your name and how did you get here and
Um,
why are you parasitizing my people?
Oh, I'm not parasitizing them. I'm technically a parasite within the ship. Because I'm stealing a portion of the honey collected overall.
He's been doing the motion of readying his rifle.
Yeah, I took my
I just
rifle off
picked
my
up my
shoulder and I
D20.
started
I
recalibrating the sights and made sure
don't
it was
really
loaded.
like this. I don't know. What do you guys
Go
think
that
of this
way,
new
I
guy?
go that way. Flanking. Advantage. Sneak attack.
Sure.
Thieves can't side conversation, obviously.
At that, your somewhat friend,
Some
Kothar, will somewhat seemingly appear out of nowhere and thrust his rapier into Skolarby's neck.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck is going on?
I put my rifle back.
My pistols.
There's been a lot that's been going on.
My
since
pistols
you
are still
last
ready.
been here, my friend.
Since you've been gone.
Well, can you please fill me in? Because I'm very confused. We had mad scientists take over town.
Yes. And he's been using his parasite wasp things to feed off everybody. Which is giving me some sort of seething hatred since I cannot get back to my own home world. It reminds me of the tyrants there.
Yeah, well, what can you say?
Why?
I can say that in order to secure his rule, that he has made sure to never use any magic.
Well, that might be his problem. Should have used magic. Really, probably would have been way harder to behead him if he had magic.
Fair.
Or gotten really good with the sword, you know. Not been a nerd, generally. And steal our bees!
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Cthulhu is awake.
So you saying this in front of everybody that was gathered watching him speak?
Yeah.
You trying to be the
How many
new
people are
leader?
around us?
The figurehead of
Half
the town?
the town.
Half the town? Okay.
So, now that the mayor's gone, and this is the town commons, who wants me to be mayor? Sifa, great mayor. You love tournament to Sifa helped organize, right?
I chamber around to my pistol and I say, yeah, it sounds good to me.
Also, Hasifa brings new friends. They're at the docking station right now getting cleared and medical checkups.
I chamber around in my other pistol.
Also, I bring food and supplies for town to expand town.
While they're talking, I'm going through this guy's pockets.
Which one?
The one that was just throated. The nerd. The mayor. The
Oh,
mayor.
man. Okay.
The one that was
Oh,
just
man.
throated.
Okay.
What do you want me to roll? Can I slide a hand?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, well that's 10.
Means you rolled lower than 10.
22.
You find 2 flintlock pistols and a full snuff box.
I look at the pistols. I give them to him.
I look at the pistols.
I examine the snuff box. What is the snuff box?
I
It's
just put them away.
snus? Like
Yeah, it's snus.
tobacco?
Yeah, it's the tobacco you snort. It's not.
1700 thing.
I open it. Is there tobacco in this?
It's a white powder, but, you know.
Ah.
Can I identify it?
Do it. Do it.
Science.
Do it.
Robot. Robot. Arcana.
I'll roll. Natural 20! 22.
So I'm addicted to this, not in a
You
literal
know,
medical sense.
Just by applying a little bit to your not existing nose,
Okay.
that it's meant to be human cocaine.
You Peter judge that.
Expensive.
He puts it
In my belt. In my belt. I don't have a shirt. I keep the snuff box.
Should really think about putting a secret compartment in your chest.
I have one. I don't use it very often. It's
I was
But
just
what if
for
the
about,
snuff
secret
box
things.
breaks within him?
I was just about to comment. The only clothing you're wearing is a belt with many things on it.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have a lot of on it. I have a holster for
He's a
my
workhorse.
sword.
He doesn't. They don't really wear clothes.
Yeah.
And he's all decked out with like gems.
You'd
and
figure like
the
a
bronze,
cloak or something
bronze
to keep
and
the mechanisms
rock
from
and
the rain and whatnot. But
fancy accent trims.
Mm.
He's looking very sleek.
oil yourself daily.
Well, maybe
huh?
not sleek. Probably a very
Not
rough texture.
streamlined for sure.
Yeah, you have a very rough texture. You said.
Yeah.
I visualize it like the champions of Norath that level out in the fields. Those wooden automations that come at you,
Oh yeah.
roll the barrels at you. It's one of the ways I see that character. Probably the most prominent way. I'd like to see your rendition, how you view your own character, drawn out.
Oh well, we'll have to do that sometime. Yeah. I'll try
How
to
about
draw.
never? the way Mark's saying
We'll
it
see, we'll see.
sounds like I'm never doing that.
Yeah, that sounds great, guys. I can't wait to do that.
Kothar will look at you, Hasifa, and say that since you are the new mayor, there is only but one more thing to do.
And what would that be?
We have one more prisoner to deal with. The human by the name of Dark Clark. He was set to be going on judgment again.
What did he do?
Last we knew, a lot of his records were burnt up when the jail literally exploded.
I fought with him once, maybe twice.
I have no idea who he is.
He
I
is,
think I fought with them once myself.
he is currently in the jail.
Does he still have the nano implant explosive?
He would be the only one left.
He does have the. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't even think he got.
the nanobots. He should just have the collar.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we can't do. They can just push the button and it happens. Nobody
Well,
can
that pris-
actually. That's gone.
Prison's gone. He just has collar for life now. Well, let him go. If he causes any issues, we shoot him out into the phlogiston.
Hmm? Why even take the chance of any issues? Why
We
not
just
nip
brought a
it in
bunch
the
of
bud?
immigrants into the thing. You're like, why not just stop the problems before they say, never mind. I'm just gonna stop.
Well, if he fought with you, he must be alright.
You're the mayor. You got the final say.
As long as he doesn't
Pardon
fuck
by
with
the
my
way.
town, he's cool. Till he fucks with my town, then he goes out the airlock. The yeet lock.
Okay.
The yeet lock.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, what job would you have him do?
He can.
Janitor.
I was gonna have him be the major domo of the castle.
Oh, okay.
So he's the one he's like the head of the servants and
Yep.
make sure everything's good for us, grease our gas, make sure they're comfortable.
I like it.
Okay.
Well, we keep eye on him. Mostly. Except when we're off adventuring and not running the city.
And Kothar will once again look at you and ask, now that we seem to have everything settled, can we please return to my homeworld?
Yes, we can do that. Well, I'll go to the bridge and have the guys get us started on the journey. I just lost my accent. And then on the way there, speaking of which, What? What is your home world again?
I am from the Crimson Sphere of Athas.
Alright. Athas.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at Fuckerell Lane fucking around with my shit
Alright.
this whole time. You can do this political thing. I'm working on vehicles.
I'm still working on grenades as well. Well, I go back to working on grenades.
Okay.
Well,
Going up to the bridge, you find out it's gonna take you about 6 months to get to the Crimson Sphere.
oh, gives me plenty of time. I'm gonna have to start making a lot of houses for all our new civvies.
And that's mainly because it seems that the Athasian Sphere is one of the furthest known spheres out.
Wow. How the hell did you get all the way over here? I mean, I kind of know. The ship, obviously, but...
It was mainly a political ploy to put me in.
Huh.
I
Well.
protect the city of Tyr from its invasion by Uruk, but there was a coalition of Tyr officials and Uruk officials that managed to get me thrown in jail.
Well, they sound like right assholes. We don't have to worry about that anymore, friend. We're good now. We are free, and we are building. So, while we're in transit, I'm just using wall stone, stone shape, and my supplies to...
Well, yeah, you have all your spells. Well,
Yeah.
I thought of it more. You have your spells because of all the psionic bees and Enkidu's divine presence too.
Yep.
So it's creating a combo.
Yep, not to mention we're in the sphere, so we got, like, enough to cast spells.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I'm gonna give all the seeds to the farmers and have them start,
Small farms of
Yeah.
each.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a currency set up?
I have plenty of currency.
Do you have a currency set up for the economy, or is it all trade based?
I told you quite a few sessions back there was an interspherical currency exchange and creditary, and it was part of the megaspheres.
Yeah, it's...
And that's where you could have exchanged it for bucks.
Yep, could have gotten bucks. Which is paper money, which I didn't trust. That's why I stuck with the gold and the metal currency.
So
Which is probably what I'm going to be doing there, but I'm going to get stamps of my face on the gold coins or the platinum pieces.
stamps with the fairy face.
Yep. Which one of you guys wants to be gold? You can be the gold one. Would you rather it be copper or silver?
My response is a grunt.
Copper.
Shark should be silver. Silver shark.
Yep. Alright, well, we know whose faces are going on the coins now.
I don't want my face on a coin.
Too bad, it's happening anyway.
No.
Put
Well,
put
you
terpene
see-
on the coin.
I have...
So that way it's a cactus coin.
Okay, we can put the cactus on. We're making new currency for you, though. We're gonna make bronze currency.
No.
You're gonna get it. Do you see? I can just use the signature you put in my book to fake any contract I ever want, legally binding. Plus, I'm mayor. Make laws in town too. Pretty easy to do what I want.
So anybody want to do anything over the 6 months of travel?
I am building vehicles, vehicle after vehicle after vehicle. The whole time it's not going to be finished yet. The whole time I'm building one good vehicle. The rest of the time it's like disposable vehicle after disposable vehicle.
Okay. You want to roll some mechanics?
I would like to roll some mechanics. It sounds like fun. First one's a 22.
Okay.
Any more?
Another 4 more.
That's another 22. Wow. 10 on that one. 25 on that one.
Okay.
And 15 on that one.
You end up with essentially building over these 6 months. You end up with your version of the modified nuke truck that you were looking at.
Right.
And you end up with 3 usable quads and 1 unusable one for some reason.
It needs carburetor work. Alright, I have them built and ready to use. We can rig them up afterwards. That's pretty cool for me. And it is usable to troop transport the big nuke truck we were talking about.
Yeah. Right
Which
now
is
you just
the
have
last
the
page.
blank nuke truck.
Yep.
No mods, no anything.
I did not write the stats down, but I have that
Well,
here.
I know what book it's in. I just had to restart my tablet for a huge update, so I don't have any of the PDFs open anymore.
Alright. I just didn't think it would be done that quick. That's cool.
Okay.
How many different farms do we have
Around here?
in game?
Oh, I thought you were talking in this area. He got like at least 20 different seeds,
Okay.
so that's at least 20 different farms.
I spend a week going to each one, and so I have 40 mass points. I can use 8 of those points to use the
It's a daily thing. 8 of them daily.
Jera room. Now,
Yeah, even then it's gonna be like 6 months. That's 30 days. 30 days. He's gonna have enough to go.
6, 9.
so when Jera is drawn in the earth amongst living plants, the effect of a plant growth spell arises in a 100-foot radius around the room. Sketching the room takes an action. So I can do that 5 times a day, and I'll do that to all of the farms, however long it takes.
So
So-
that would be 4 days
Okay, wonderful.
because it's 5 times a day.
Yes.
There's 20 farms.
Yeah, so
So, well, there's 20 farms that are listed from those seeds. I don't know if
Yeah.
you're gonna use like go through the thing that I had and showed you earlier and use build points to buy more farms.
yeah, probably. Well, I had a lot of seeds on some of them, like white star apple seeds. That's good though, because I'm gonna be growing lemon trees, lemon plants. Lemons grow on trees, right? Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
not
think
crazy.
so.
I'm pretty sure they grow on trees because oranges.
Like
yeah.
I
All
assume-
the citrus fruits grow on trees.
Well, they're cherry oranges, so I'm guessing they're like cherry tomatoes. Are supposed to be smaller.
Yeah. Walnut seeds, red elderberry. So I got a lot of
There's a good mixture of nuts, fruit, and vegetables. Those were what I was looking through.
yeah,
The nut table, the 2 fruit tables, and the 2 veggie tables.
arugula.
Was that or kale?
Yeah, I'm gonna be growing all of them. I think the ironwood. I'm not really sure what that is, but that's probably gonna
Well,
be
that's
lumber.
one of the D&D standards. It's wood, but it grows like a standard tree, but it feels like it's iron. So you can essentially create a wood sword, but it would cut.
Honestly, I think that would be
I essentially
good to
just-
start like cultivating like a little lumber yard of them.
Yeah, exactly. I did that so that
We
we
can
could have
export.
some sort of magic tree.
I might be able to
Pretty good.
use some of that in my builds.
That's cool with me. As soon as we can start
Like, I'm
propagating
pretty
them.
sure in the
I only
old
have,
list they
like-
said that Warforged were made out
There's 73
of
seeds.
adamantium, ironwood.
Well, if you grow them, there'll be more seeds.
Recipe.
Well, grape seeds. That means we can make wine, garlic. We have plenty. I mean, we should actually start growing a lot of food and start making good exports. We dock at other spheres.
And with that, I will make a short break, short rest for now, so everybody can get in the 6 months, and I can also write ahead because I really haven't written that far ahead.
Okay.
Okay, we're back. So, after half a year of drifting through the phlogiston and growing your small farms and making everything so far, and Asifa has Enkidu's help with the making of the stronghold / castle because he wants to install mesas in one of the basements.
Nice.
You finally reach the crimson crystal sphere known as Athos. As soon as the Project Mobile sphere hits up against it, a large ripple of magic runs across all the ship as it crosses over into the sphere. And let's see how that can be.
Damage report.
What?
22% of any metals is transferred into stone.
Right. 20% of what?
22,
Metal.
Metal's
Metal.
transferred into stone.
Yep,
All metal, not just the metal of the ship.
yep. All metal on the ship,
Uh-oh.
or that makes it up, or in the sphere.
Can I? Oh, that wasn't a D20, was it?
Oh, you're bronze.
Slight stone, so I don't
Well,
really
it is
mind.
Now
metal.
you're bronze and stone.
You want to roll a Constitution save to see if you turn into more stone?
Was that a D20 roll or
It
a?
was a D20 roll against the ship, and then a
Can
percentile.
I use my mass points to make you re-roll it?
21. I rolled pretty high. 18.
So you're unaffected. I got lower. So it would still happen.
Would still happen?
Yep.
Can we do one more time?
Nope.
Doesn't happen this time?
It still happens.
One more.
Jesus, you really don't want this to happen?
More.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're.
Still doesn't happen.
It still happens?
Yep. It's a naturally occurring phenomenon. I would have it would essentially have to be a crit.
Let's try to crit fail.
One more time.
Yeah.
Dumping all your fucking.
Nope.
Well, all of them.
No, I have. That was almost half of them.
Jesus.
Yeah. Alright, just to say that we used half of one more. I'm sorry.
One more.
This is half of my last points of the day.
I imagine we brought what's-his-face to the bridge so he could, like, witness us arriving to his planet. And I'm going to ask him, why didn't you tell us about that?
Yeah, it would seem very prudent information to know.
As you can tell, I am an elf, a few centuries old. This is something I may have forgotten. As
Bullshit.
even You can't even, from the planet, you can't even make it to our moons. As you can tell from here, they are lush and green.
Well, we expect compensation for damaging our equipment.
I expect my metal to weigh less now.
That's just.
Stone's heavier than metal.
Mm.
More dense anyway.
Yeah.
Help.
So, you approach the planet of FS, and its 2 lush and green moons, and you look down and you see, for a rare while, there is a lush green expanse that brings a tear to Kothar's eye.
Where do you want us to set down?
He shoves Parker Peters over and he puts in exactly where he wants to be put down.
Good.
Hey.
He shouldn't be landing the ship. You say what you were gonna say.
You leave Parker Peters alone, dickbag. He's perfectly capable of his job. Of crashing the ship into the ground. Even though he doesn't fly.
And just like that, he will bring you guys to the hammer ship from the mobile sphere and bring everybody down to the outer limits of the city of Tyr, which behind it now has a large, lush green forest with the largest tree on the planet. And Kothar simply says that their plan has fallen through.
How's their plan falling through?
What plan would that be?
When I was but a child, there was a splinter group from a mega corporation that believed that they could bring back the magic from this world after the 2 devastations that had already been through. The arcane devastations leaving it like this desert wasteland like it used to be. But now, after leaving it full of arcane preserving trees, it seems, we will not have to kill anybody that uses essentially any defiling magic on site.
We won't have to? So, let me get this straight. You're my best friend, and I use defiling magic.
Only here is it considered defiling, because after 2 arcane disasters, it's ruined the planet to the point where
Yeah.
if you don't get it from a certain source, you're gonna ruin the planet more.
This
But
is
it
Dark
looks
Sun.
like
This is
the
like
forest is restoring the magic.
this is basically Dark Sun, right?
Yeah, it's Dark Sun. That's where Athos is.
Yeah.
It's Dark Sun.
I was trying to remember if it was or not. I couldn't remember. Alright, cool. But now we got magic trees. Magic absorbing trees.
Hooray.
I don't really use magic, so.
Or boo.
Alright.
Neither do I.
I take a tree.
I do.
I take a tree.
You're gonna take a tree with you?
Yes.
If you're gonna try to take a tree, he's gonna challenge you to a duel.
Why don't you want me to take a tree?
These trees are bringing back the life of the planet.
I only
You
want
cannot
one.
take one.
How about a seed?
If you can find a seed, you can take it.
I'll duel you.
Hey, don't leave my friend alone. He's misguided. He's just misguided. He didn't mean it. Kothar, what are you doing, man?
I'll
I
do it.
I
Fine.
protect everybody on my planet and in my city, and if the magic is being restored, I will protect it as well.
So, what kind of duel will this be? To the death? First blood? Or
To the death, if you want.
no need to waste a life? First blood. I don't bleed.
So that's an 18 for my initiative.
Okay.
That's not high.
I like how Gandalf was watching the dice roll.
Mm. 15 for me.
I'll make you re-roll it.
Oh, look at that. What a guy. I get to re-roll it. That looks much higher. 24.
Okay, so slate stone goes first. Then is it only between the two of you? I'm guessing?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I'm just gonna look for a seed
That's okay.
or a few.
What's your health?
118.
I'm going to laugh at all the toxins I'm about to put into the atmosphere here. And I'm also rigging up my 4 quads.
Wait a minute.
My 3 quads that are usable with...
I just wanted one tree. I don't even need the whole thing. Anyway, so since I won the initiative, my first attack gets to be a sneak attack and it has advantage. So I'm going to sneak attack him with the bronze short sword. Slate Stone's Triumph. Is that a good name for a sword? Triumph? I don't know.
I'm going to call it a stoner.
No. No. Your cheap jokes on my sword. No.
So that
You could call it
roll
Terminus Est,
is bad.
the dividing line. Or
Much
the line of
better.
division.
27.
Okay, you hit. He will use his uncanny dodge to react.
That's fine.
5.
Is that Ripley?
Yes, it is Michael. 6, 11, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 23.
27 damage. I've made him bleed, and I stop.
That's 27.
Bless you. Yeah, what is that, 13? Because you round down for halves. Or how up? You round up by half. Or when you take half damage for whatever reason, do you round up or
It
round
depends
up?
on what you're doing, to be honest.
So he takes like 13 or 14 damage depending on what you have him take.
Well, you said 27.
Yeah, well, half of that. You said he was...
Oh yeah, half. My bad. Yeah, for half. That's all I wrote.
He still bleeds.
So
What are you, ice?
not being.
Are you enjoying your ice? Hmm.
You know
This
what?
is probably gonna be
In
really
a
bad.
combat situation, they usually have you round up. So that would be a 14. That's usually how that's handled.
I went to go tap with my hand, but then I realized I had a drink.
Not awful. Could have been worse.
So, with that, you essentially scratch his cape.
So no blood.
Nope, not at all. That's not nearly enough to get blood from him.
Okay.
And with that, on his turn, he will use his special mask, his mask of platforms, to make a platform and jump onto it. So he is now 5 feet in the air.
All right.
Picks up a
And
barrel and starts throwing it downhill at you.
he will turn his sword into a
Is that how
whip
he manages to
and
your
whip down at you.
girlfriend?
Okay. 19.
Oh
It's
no.
Pauline.
No.
What's the first one?
32.
He hits.
Oh,
Yeah.
As long as I don't become a noodle monster, I think I'll be okay.
Oh,
14 damage.
yeah, I still have that
Okay.
custom little whip. Should probably write that down.
You said 14?
You.
Okay. I'm at 104.
That is your turn now.
I will let him keep his distance. I'll actually...
As his new reaction, he will activate his Ring of Illusions.
His trap card.
So that way, it looks like there is a random earth mound that he is now on.
He used his illusion magic, did you say?
Illusion, his Ring of Illusions. So now it looks like he's actually standing on something.
That's arcane magic.
Yeah.
That's blasphemous, isn't it, here?
Not if it's from a magic item like that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, as long as there aren't like 6 of him, this should be fine. I back up 5 feet and I fire at him with my rifle.
This is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for stabbing, this is for fun.
19.
Miss.
Mm-hmm. His turn.
$19 missed.
Yes.
Maybe I shouldn't have been so concerned.
So before we move further, we've both taken 14, 15-ish points of damage. What constitutes bleeding?
I'll say when you're half damage.
Okay.
Half. Which constitutes bleeding for a Warforged?
Half.
Well, Warforged have like alchemical compounds in there.
Any fluid shows?
Yeah.
He will break all of his illusions and his platform and drop down and make his attack with his 4 extra attacks.
Okay.
For 5 attacks,
Jesus Christ.
27.
I'm using my uncanny dodge
Half
That
damage.
is a crit.
Gonna cry?
on that specific attack. I'm not sure if it works for the entire round or just one specific attack.
I think it's any attacks.
Any attacks that I can see?
Yeah, where's the player's handbook?
There are a bunch of them.
Is this
Right
one?
up, right underneath, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Uncanny Dodge comes in for every attack on you as a rogue after 3rd level.
Okay. So, did they all hit? 5 attacks.
Those
You said
two.
one of them was a crit.
That's a hit. That's a hit. I have to roll a 2 or
5th
under.
level.
I have to
Okay.
roll, yeah.
When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction, so only one per turn.
Okay. On the critical, definitely.
So you're gonna
To
jump
take
out
half
of
the
it.
damage.
Right. I see him coming at me. I hit it. I take it. And then I see one that looks really dicey. So I'm going to use my uncanny dodge.
Try and put yourself out of the way and just
Yeah,
instead of
just
the
like,
neck, it just
oh.
hits you in the shoulder or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Did you say dicey?
Maybe.
He did say
That
dicey.
20 did look awful dicey, didn't it?
I did.
He gets one extra damage die out of it anyway, so I'm just gonna take half of one extra damage die. That's after it's doubled. So I said all of the whip. So
Not the whip.
that would be second one is doubled is that plus that is
Whoa.
oh that's easy. Plus one.
Candy, you taking up most of my papers now as it is. Okay? I need to see some of these.
Nope.
He's like, is this information important? This right here?
I'll take the cat if you do not want him over there.
No, he's fine. I moved him originally because he was sitting on my glass dice. And once they go missing, you will never ever find them.
No.
So, I plopped him where I had my sandwich. It's so hot. It's such a hot night, isn't it, Gandalf? A cat lays precisely where he means to.
Indeed. So overall, with the 5 attacks, that is 63 damage.
Son of a bitch. Can I actively heal? Nah, you know what? Alright, I'll take it.
He drew
Wait a
first blood.
Wait, no, it's not.
They drew
What
I
was
first.
the
think there's
critical?
something that you can do from.
I did all the damage for the critical.
But you have to have the critical.
Oh, yeah, I do have to have the critical. So
Not
I
physically.
think there's something else at a higher level of rogue that.
But metaphorically, have.
What level rogue are you?
I'm level 12.
So I'd have.
Should be level 14.
I'm
Well, he's
level 2
other-
hunter.
Oh. That's right.
If I had, studied this guy before our duel, I'd have all sorts of bonuses.
56.
56 total?
Yep.
Alright, fine. He wins the duel.
Hold.
I start bleeding, I guess.
Evasion at 7th level, you can
Green
only
fucking
dodge out of the way of
sizzly,
certain
bubbly
areas.
fucking-
I like to think oil.
Well,
Oil.
I don't know why, but I really like oil.
Oil's cool.
So, yes, I start bleeding oil from my multiple, or specifically the
Orifices.
critical whip wound.
And with that,
Damn.
he will tell you that the trick is the custom mask that he got from the one known as Enkidu.
Your mask only gave you the ability to make invisible platforms.
Invisible.
Well, it's also
That
a,
hardly aided in your success.
It is a Nova mask.
No, huh?
Nova.
I take a
No.
short rest after I've depleted my mask, and half of my mask points come back.
A formidable trick indeed. Have it your way. I won't take a tree.
Like I said, you may have a seed, but not the entire tree.
I'm going to be actively searching for seeds.
I'm going to actively
Xenobiology
be stealthing.
or survival.
What about a fallen tree?
I'm actively going to be stealthing to steal one during that whole duel.
A what? A tree?
Yeah.
I have
They're
a better...
trees!
That's a 4 total.
There are no fallen trees in this forest as of
Okay.
now.
I'm not trying to do a fallen one. I'm trying to do a whole.
He wants to steal a rooted tree.
I want to stealth. I want to do it stealth.
I'm doing it. I'm rolling stealth, so they
I
can't
will.
see me if I succeed.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
I'd like to think he was focused on me. But I mean, with a plus 16, no, a plus 15 to attack. I don't think he was very worried.
If I get caught, I'm going to try and
Well,
persuade
you
my
said
way out of it.
He had to roll a 2 in order to miss.
Well,
Under.
while they're doing that,
Right.
I'm still looking.
Technically, a 2 still hits you.
Okay.
I would have to crit fail to this and you guys.
I rolled a dirty 20 on my stealth. I hope that's good enough. Because I could have rolled so much higher.
Well, let's see if he has the skill to perceive you.
How
I
are you gonna
have mask
sleight of hand
points.
a whole ass tree out of the
I have
ground?
mask points.
You don't have a teleportation mask. You don't have a magician's sort of. Yeah.
No, but I have a towel.
Now you see, yeah. While you
Watch
were watching
me,
the
and then I'll
towel,
disappear.
I've hid this tree in my sleeve. I don't. If you had a shrink thing, I shrink the tree and I just put it in my coat.
Oh, I can drink it.
I'm not magic.
And magic's forbade here. You said he was. Your
It
best
used to
friend?
be. It used to be forbade here. We don't have to kill magic users on site anymore. Apparently, they don't have to.
I just wanted to incorporate magic, like soaking wood into my.
What's
body.
the roll? Because I want
does
to
sound pretty
either
badass.
reroll mine or something. I'm probably going to reroll mine.
Let's see, that would be an overall
Do you know one of these?
37.
37.
There's a 17 plus expertise.
I'll use my persuasion skill to fake like I was doing nothing, just looking like an idiot. Oof.
yeah, oof is right.
13.
Andy, where were you? You should have helped me with that
Persuasions.
douchebag.
No, plus 11.
Blood cat.
24 to persuade that I'm not actually doing anything. I was just looking like a sketch ball.
What's his insight?
24 on mine, yeah.
Pretty good.
He just rolled a 25.
I'm gonna reroll
His. Yours. His.
mine.
What did you roll? 13?
Yeah,
And you got a 24?
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm rerolling mine. One more time.
One more time. Another one. Another
Proper
game.
mask usage. You're supposed to use and abuse them.
I gotta
Yeah,
do
yeah.
one more.
You gotta get above a
Yeah.
13.
After the duel, and we're talking, I use my mask to heal.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. Like I said,
I gotta do the last one I can do.
Don't your people work with this wood?
Did not work out, huh?
I failed.
Wooden armor, weapons? Don't you make bows?
Dumped all your mask points into it, too.
yeah, different, not really wood. Wood is relatively new to us because we've been a relative desert for, until the last 200 years because of, a raid splinter group.
See. Cool off dandy with the cool drinks.
I don't think he likes it.
Yeah, I ended up rolling less.
You kept getting less and less and less.
Yeah, pathetically.
See, that would have worked if you had done it to him.
Nah, I would have made him roll higher.
I have a feeling like he had plus 17 to it. Whatever it was. Yeah.
So, can I continue looking for seeds?
You don't take entire tree. You join him. Look for seeds.
Right.
Alright, that... It's just plus, so it's plus 2. I got a 13.
You can see a trail of obvious magic leading to what looks like more fertile trees.
Alright, I'll follow. I look for a seed, I look for a seed, grow really cool last tree.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go this way.
You should bring us to your town, or city, or cave, or wherever you live.
3 for me, 3 for me.
I suspect there's a community here.
What
Perhaps. Even.
True.
What?
Plural.
Something.
Okay.
Who knows?
18.
You managed to find a bright glowing tree that you can get 3 seeds off of.
What's the name of the tree?
It's essentially just
Magic is over.
an arcane preservation tree. APT.
Arcane preservation tree.
Okay.
Sweet.
And then Kothar will take you to his home city of Tyr, which is being occupied as of right now by a different city, state, or city nation. Orc. And he kind of mumbles to himself that he worried that this would always happen.
What happened?
I have fought for many years to stop Uruk to take over this city nation of mine, because we are nearest to the tallest of these magic trees, believed to be the first planted of the raid group. So they wish to come in and take a lot of the preserved magic for themselves.
You siphon magic from the trees? Oh my god. This is crazy.
The trees slowly get the magic from our weave and purify it, and slowly push it back into the earth. So that way, not much defiling goes back into casting spells.
Yeah, like every time you cast, it corrupts the land, right?
That's the way it used to be. But us Tyrians, or Tyrites, whatever you wish to say, have the closest bond with these trees, and that is what Uruk wishes to destroy. They wish to do what your friends wanted, and take the trees for themselves.
I only wanted one tree.
A lot of us know that they can only be spread via the seeds, which is why I allowed you to take the seeds. At least us here in Tyr know that.
Well,
Should we try to help him?
I mean, he is my friend. I think I should at least try. Oh wait, I can't understand Thieves'
If you
Cant.
want to.
I
You
didn't.
should learn Thieves' Cant.
If you want to. I'll help him if you want to.
Yeah, at first I didn't know why you were doing the hand signs.
We've had asides like this in a couple of sessions now.
Any cool shops in the area?
As long as we go undercover, there are many different shops.
Why are we going undercover?
Would you really like to go into a city-state ruled by another that are always looking for papers that you don't have?
Well,
Don't they have customs agents?
Well, they'll just hassle you.
What?
Those most customs just hassle you.
So it's a very sort of no in, no out.
I
Kind of
think
place.
I have idea.
Well, especially since the city-state is preoccupied with another.
If we throw my necklace onto cart, and I poof everybody inside necklace, cart go through gate, we get in city, no papers. Maybe have Kothar bring us in if we can't throw...
But
That way we only need one set of papers.
if I set out these couple of machines that I made with explosives over here and cause a distraction on that side of the wall, all the guards go that way and we can get in that way.
I was mostly trying to... well, yeah, let's just do it.
So you're
Anything
trying
to make it easier. I'm still poofing on my necklace. I don't know about you.
I don't know how magic works here. I don't know how magic works in general.
How do you plan on getting into the city?
The fairy's idea sounds.
You,
It's not.
they won't let you in.
I
He
have-
doesn't have papers. He
I've
hasn't been here
managed
for...
to make my papers.
Hmm?
I've managed to have my papers the entire time. They may be a little bit out of date, but I think I can touch them up.
Well, then, I'm just gonna hand my necklace to Kothar. And... last call! Going in, Kothar! Or do you... do you?
Who's watching out for us if we're in there?
I say we'll need your explosives later.
I can see and hear
I love
everything
this
that's
is
going
how
inside
I
the
do
necklace
thieves' camp.
while we're inside it. I can actually bring your explosive things in with us, too. It's a very big space.
Okay.
It's a better portable hole. Way better, and it's super comfortable.
They're basically just quad bikes.
Yeah. You come in, there's like cushions all over the floor. A hookah in the middle of the table. Unseen
Oh.
servants and a bunch of food.
Oh, like I Dream of Genie.
Your name's Sifa?
I Dream of Genie, yeah. Kind of like yeah, definitely I Dream of Genie, or like definitely in like an old school Arabian influence,
So,
like a chic
who's going
palace.
in the bottle that's going to be around Kothar's neck?
Sifa came
We
too,
all are.
and we can too, and I jump into the necklace.
Okay.
Sifa can do.
And we
can
came to
too.
Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shake my head and go into the necklace.
All right. The
He will go past the guards after everybody gets in, show them his newly forged
How's it
documents.
look out there?
looking
Because he at
good
least
so
has
far.
documents to touch up. And then the guards will let him through. And he... it's even better. He will quickly dash into a back alley where nobody can see him. And knock on the bottle 3 times.
No, 3 times.
If we-
I'm
Was that the signal?
Well, it looks like we're clear. So
I thought it was 4 knocks.
Touch your nose. I can't. do it.
I can't wiggle my nose.
I've done it before. It's hard to do though. I can wiggle the tip this way.
I can't do that at all. But yeah, I'm poofing you guys out. I'm staying in for a little bit longer.
So,
Any threats?
with Kothar essentially standing there in a kind of goofy looking pose, he just says, "Welcome to my city-state." And he shows you around the market.
Are there any threats? I can't find my D20.
Gandalf has eaten it.
He did eat it.
Sorry for touching it.
There are many different types of Uruk or Urukian soldiers and guards occupying the tier.
I don't think we blend in here.
Shopping montage. I don't know. You're right. Absolutely.
I'm going to use my roguish abilities to stay in the shadows and possibly observe what's going on outside around me.
Okay.
I give him a platinum, and I tell him to buy us some clothes. And I knock on the necklace, even if it's on his chest. Like,
Yeah?
in.
And I'm in.
Okay. You see him having to break up essentially flakes from the platinum because they barely have gold there.
Oh,
The gold is just regrowing.
well,
So
fine.
payments in platinum are essentially in the millions. So he's essentially breaking it up for everybody's 10 times clothing, and he's breaking up a small fraction for the inn. And at the end, you'll have 3/4 of
A platinum.
a platinum left.
I'll hand him another platinum and tell him that I'm looking for a cloak that makes me look taller, but like nothing at all.
The cloak looks like nothing at all, or you look like nothing at all,
Me
but
like
also
nothing,
taller.
But also taller.
Like inconspicuous nothing at
Yes.
all, or invisible, just a cloak.
Inconspicuous.
A taller cloak.
Okay. Neat. Very specific.
I'm gonna throw an extra platinum for him to look out for magical items like that. That's specifically a cloak.
Once we get to the inn, we've got the duds. We've got the clothes. We can fit in now.
He'll head to the Bone and Steel Inn, and the shards of platinum he gave you allowed for the largest accommodations possible. So everybody has the biggest beds along with their own bathing and essentially everything, and service.
I'm staying hidden in my necklace. Just to be able to act like a wild card in case we get sprung upon no one expects. The Spanish
I don't
Inquisition.
think I'm
Yeah. Does it look like anyone's following us?
not doing
I like look out the
anything with
windows and
anybody. I
stuff.
just set him out with my instructions and I'm good.
Where is my... Oh, here it is. Candy, you want to watch me roll candy? Kiss it. Kiss it for good luck. No, you don't want to? Okay. Oh, 25. That's right, Terry.
Yep, that's right, Terry. You go, girl. You do not perceive anybody
Tailing us. Sweet. We seem to be safe for now.
Yeah, I'm not leaving my room. Not ordering anything.
I think we're in the same room.
It's all technically one very large room.
Oh. I gave him the instructions on a magical item I'm looking for if he can find anything similar to that. That's all I really want.
What are you looking for?
A cloak that makes him taller, but also seems like nothing. Is that what you said? Those were the words you used, I think? Inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Innocent.
A cloak of Cloak of Innocence?
Yeah.
Cloak of many colors. How about that?
Very
Technicolor cloak.
Size doubling.
No, many colors.
So after you guys spend the night in this lavish inn,
I'm a lot smaller than everybody else. Well,
Kothar
actually,
returns
bigger
with
than that.
a cloak for you. It doesn't look lavish at all, but when you put it on, you gain about 1.5 feet in height.
Alright, as long as I can cover myself in it, I'm going to give him an extra platinum.
That's a lot of height.
You're gonna
You're, like,
destabilize
going
the
like
whole
this now?
economy of this city by giving out that much platinum.
Yeah, I was thinking about going out at night and just giving out platinums. Just because, fuck them. Like, people are like, where are these coming from? We've never had this much money before. Leaving them in the streets.
I
You
mean,
said it doubles my height? Or
No, you said 1.5.
Plus
Okay.
1.5 feet.
Plus 1.5 feet.
you're actually slightly hovering, and then it projects an illusion of legs on the ground.
Neat.
At least that's how I imagine it would work.
How's the inconspicuous? Does he look less conspicuous? I gaze at him, you know. I look him up
Well,
and down.
it's an
I
inconspicuous.
roll stealth
cloak.
against your check.
I look at you and you try to hide.
Yeah. Like when a broad touches your arm, you flex your muscle.
Right.
Oh, God. Say it like that and I roll really low. Roll lower than me. Oh, you can't. Shit.
27.
Yeah. You're good. I do not.
Days have
You know
passed.
exactly where I am.
You throw a towel up.
No, bro, days have passed. You got master points back.
No, I'm not going to waste them now.
I'd
You're good.
roll the lowest, a 21.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Yeah, 21.
The lowest you can roll is a 21.
On this particular skill, because I have expertise.
I'd have to roll an 11.
Nice.
I don't care about it that much.
Okay.
I got caught by the other thief.
I have 6 different skills with expertise.
I think I have 4.
Did you use defeat Natasha's?
I got the others from Hunter.
So, with that, he says that the revolution, or that the tearing down of Uruk's hold in Tyr must begin now and forever.
Thieves can't. Now we use explosives.
Soon. Well, I can't remember what I was doing before this. Whatever. Soon. And how do you plan on doing that?
I do have a friend.
I hope you have a lot of friends for a revolution.
And he will leave the room and come back, and you will see him fully dressed up, like in a tuxedo and everything,
Very formal.
very formal. And he says, "Let us go meet my friend."
I'm still on the necklace.
So
Who's
somebody's
carrying
gonna
it?
have to drag the necklace.
Is he carrying your necklace still?
I'd rather have one of you guys do it.
You trust me with it?
I'll take the necklace. We're going to be his friend now, is that what he said?
Yep.
Or do we have formal clothing like this?
You don't need it. I just prefer to look like this around town. That's all. Can and all. That's all.
If you say so.
After 7 minutes of walking, you reach a 4-story building, and he takes you to the very top, and he takes you to a man named Three-Fingered Jack.
Mm-hmm.
He has
6 fingers.
he has these
He has no
fingers
fingers.
left, and these fingers are stone implants made out of Golomancy spells.
So they move.
Yes.
His name's Three Finger Jack.
Yep.
He's got 3 real fingers and 2 fake ones.
I'm going to be paying attention to his hands the whole time he speaks and make sure he's not doing thieves' cant to anybody else.
Everyone's thieves canting to each other.
I gotta take a level on a rogue
Three
now.
Finger Jack, that sounds like...
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Definitely sounds like a rogue thing.
Well, he notices he with his insight that you're staring at him intently, and he says, "Don't worry, little one. He's an artificer.
You're
He's an
small.
explosives expert."
And I don't notice him doing any thieves' cant whatsoever.
Nope. He just seems very eccentric.
Good.
Why do you think we're here today?
Well, you're obviously here for some explosives, or else you wouldn't have brought your friend here.
I'll tell you saying this out
gestured
loud.
to-
I'm saying this out in the necklace.
Land.
The man you know
Yeah,
as
right.
Kothar.
Okay. He gestured to Kotha.
Yep.
Do you have a catalog of
Can
explosives?
we order wholesale?
Yeah.
Not coming by in bulk.
Well, everything that I happen to make is homemade, so you just have to tell me what you want,
Is this
and
an
I can make it.
is this an apartment or an office? Because I'm
It's
under the
essentially a
impression
guy
we're in
working
like
out
a
of his
meeting room.
apartment.
Huh?
And-
Okay. Okay. That makes a bit more sense now. I got like the impression of like some big guy in a white suit with 2 stone fingers, like I don't know. We're in some nut job's apartment. Is that
Mhm.
okay? That's accurate.
Some nut job with explosives who wants to overthrow the government.
That's right. So if I knew anything about explosives, my kind of apartment.
So, what's on your agenda for these here explosives? What do you want them to do?
I need a lot of gunpowder.
F is for fire, burn down the whole town, U is uranium bombs.
Luckily, we
Yes,
started
for
to
now,
form natural
survivors.
sulfur caves around here because of the new preserver forests. So I can get my team to get some sulfur to convert into gunpowder.
I need a lot of it.
Lot.
You just want the general explosives. You don't want anything special.
No, I'll take her with it.
This is just for his personal,
Consumption.
yes, personal projects, not for our joined project.
I'll be begging for the second gen.
Okay. And at that, he will shoo you out and say, return in 3 days' time.
A lot of gunpowder. A lot.
And we will go to another break, and we will skip to 3 days after that break. Okay?
Word.
Okay.
Meow.
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 Oh.
Meow. You look so angry
Okay, we're back.
all the time.
Bye.
Grumpy cat. Grumpy cat.
So what were we doing last?
3 days have passed since I ordered the gunpowder.
Okay. 3 days pass. You guys get back there. And he has... Where is it? 2 tons of gunpowder scraped up for you.
It's not nearly enough. That's all you have?
That's all I have processed so far within 3 days.
What are you asking on it?
I've seen that your friend has been giving out some of that platinum that's been making the rumors around here. I'll take half one.
I'll tell him to get on his shit and get me more before I leave, and I'll give him a whole platinum.
Big spender.
Okay. So, 2 days will pass this time. And you and everybody and busyness man Kothar will return.
Can't even pack my dice the whole time.
And he has managed to spread his entire workforce thin for 59 tons.
61 tons of gunpowder.
This time.
Where the hell are you gonna put all that, man?
We got a big ship.
Yeah. Just making the ship an explosive isn't an issue.
Yeah.
Right. So, let's see, by my calculations, that's what?
122,000
You want
pounds. Just
30
saying.
platinum. You want 25 platinum, don't you?
Well, if you agreed to one whole one, I'll just take an extra whole one, that's all. We barely have gold on the planet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Collapse the economy. Collapse the economy of the planet.
This technically makes me a millionaire.
You want 1 platinum?
Just the one extra. Because you already promised me one.
You know what?
I'm doing an insight check on this dude. Is he really as much of a fuck up as he seems like? That's just bad roll.
Are either of those pencils sharp, Mark?
11.
What?
Are either of those pencils sharp?
I have 2 pencils here.
I just need a
Yeah,
sharp one.
he appears
Thank
like
you.
a bad fuck up. He has an ungroomed
Is that what you meant? Or did you mean like
beard
sharp?
and
Sharp.
mustache. It's out of whack. His hair's out of whack. He has fresh burns from like an explosion from an experiment.
I'm gonna give him 20 platinum.
Oh my lord.
He's gonna start crying.
Take my shit, get the fuck out of here.
In the 5 days we had between our visits, I talked to Kothar intimately about the other revolutionaries he might know and whether or not this particular individual will be helping us personally or just providing us with things.
That the one, the explosive one.
Yeah. It seems like he just wants to provide us with,
When I grew up,
A means.
he was everything that I knew. And then I managed to make it very rich with somebody else. And this is all that I could give him. This is all that he loves.
He just loves building explosives then, huh?
Back then he didn't have the other two fingers. That's why they called him Three-Fingered Jack.
Does he know any other revolutionaries?
Maybe. We
We're
might be able
going to
use him
need
as a contact.
to gather support if you want to topple a local government.
I'm gonna pop out of the necklace.
I, as my local name, do not, but I, as Kothar, do.
Well, I'm gonna pop out of the necklace. I think if we start recruiting, we could offer shavings of platinum for anyone who wants to join our army. It seems like it's a life-changing amount of money for the people. And lots of them would join up. Just for the chance at a better life. Maybe we could put the word out like that.
Well, if your
We need some
platinum has
insurgent.
gone unchanged while entering the sphere, and you have that much to offer, then yes, that does seem like a good idea.
Yeah, I have 165 platinum.
Only the city-states such as Tyr and there's another one I forgot, but the ones closest to the large magic forest that is preserving everything are slowly growing gold back as ore.
Huh. Neat. So, yeah. We'll pay. I'll pay very well. Everyone gets a shaving of platinum. Who signs up. If they die during their thing, it'll go to their loved ones.
I'll throw in
Generous.
20 platinum. Shavings. I imagine we can get quite a few from one platinum piece.
Yeah. I'll say if you shave it off like that, you can essentially break it off into 100 parts.
So each platinum's 100 pieces.
It's
Oh,
like gold, right? Or,
I'll
no, it's 10.
I'll shave up 5, so I have 500 shavings.
Yeah.
At the very least, I can make more if I need to.
A sleight of hand that I'm putting 10 platinum in there, but I'm really only putting 1. And I will roll sleight of hand on it. I'm gonna re-roll that.
And then after that's done, I'm going back in my necklace.
One more time.
So, just so we have totals.
27.
1,
Okay.
Yes.
10,
I rolled the 1.
I put in 5, so it's 500.
5.
Yeah, it's 100 for each piece of platinum.
Okay. So there's
Six.
26 pieces total.
So that's 2,600.
Yes. I'll go subtract that from my total.
It's not very many total.
It's enough to buy a small army, I mean.
That's 2,600 individuals in a city. It's decent enough for people
Might
we
as well
could
do
just.
the whole damn city.
I mean, we could have them all spread out and plant explosives at the same time and have multiple bombings
And
go.
after that,
This is. Wow, we really are
everybody
terrorists.
will
This is terrible.
retreat to Kothar's Manor for a strategy meeting before you go out and pay for everybody. And then I will declare end of session for now because it is starting to get late.
Alrighty.
Shots.